So welcome back to Positive Life and Great Relationship. Today we'll discuss problems. We know people that have problems. Should we solve them? I recently talked to a therapist, because I drive Uber, and we discussed some of her clients and some of the things that she, like some therapy that she provides, like more intervention. And even though that she knew the source of the problem, like say if the kid had a problem and she knew the source of the problem, she wouldn't share that, with the parents because she knew that it was better to give tools to empower the children. So when you're working with someone that has a problem, the thing is that we're not supposed to solve people's problems. That people have problems, and if they come to us, we won't do good if we try to solve their problems, because we're going to say things that are going to frustrate them and challenge them and make them feel that we're judging them and telling them what to do. And it's not the case, because when we care, we don't want people that we care about to continue to experience problems that are going to create a lot of stress in their lives, give them pressure, and just really make them feel overwhelmed. So the best way to deal with problems is to listen to them, and then maybe we can make some suggestions or something that they can do, that we could give them the tools, like our friends, our family, the tools to overcome the problem, to deal with it, to say that, it is a problem, but we're not in the business of solving problems. Not even therapists solve problems. Well, some have techniques of like where they're going to do like more therapeutic intervention of like getting, because the best way is like, okay, for example, when we have a problem and we come to like someone and we have like a financial problem or something, and then sometimes they'll give us advice and they'll like talk about our problem and everything, but they're not going to like bail us out of our financial need. They're not going to just give us money, because they know that if we keep coming to them and we keep needing money and we keep having problems, then that becomes a problem, because then if they keep giving us money, then we're going to always have that problem, because then we're not going to solve it. We're not going to do the things that we need to do, because then we always have an easy solution, is that we could get money from those people. But what if we don't have any help? Like, what if we're in a really desperate need and we need money and we can't get the money? Then that becomes a problem, but that could teach us that we need to figure out ways. It's not about like sometimes managing your finances. It's about certain things that happens, in life. It's life. Like you work less or something happens. So say if you're driving Uber, your car breaks down, or certain things happen that block you from working, and then you find yourself in a problem. Now you need repairs, and everything is just like falling apart. But the thing is that we have to keep our composure and be positive and really focus on what we need to do. And that's kind of hard when we have problems, because we feel that, everything is just really, the world's falling down on us, and we could feel down, and it's very easy to start being cynical or pessimistic. And it's very important for us to be optimistic and to be positive. So when we're dealing with other people's problems, then we really don't want to solve their problems. We just want to be there to support them and to listen to them and try to understand if we don't have similar problems. To have that empathy, the compassion of being there. Not that sympathy of like feeling sorry, like I feel sorry you had that problem, but you can say that I'm sorry you're dealing with that. If they're not feeling, they're getting sick a lot, or they have like certain influences around them. I recently talked to somebody at a gas station. I was getting gas for Uber, and the guy that was working at the register, he told me that he has to stop self-sabotaging his life. And I said, what do you mean about self-sabotaging? And then he says that he has friends and people in his family that he says that sometimes they take advantage of him, and he does nice things, he does good things, and then they take advantage of him, and he doesn't want to self-sabotage by not doing anything for anybody else. So if, say, if a good person comes along and needs some help, then he won't do things for them. Is because other people ruined it. And he doesn't want to do that self-sabotaging, because there are some good people in the world that are genuine, and it's not about like if they do something for us, is this good people that we want around us, like more of that positive encouragement, positive support. And when we get these people, then it's more like these meaningful relationships that we should protect. And sometimes problems get in the way of life, because we want to do other things, and then we're talented, and we're, we can work hard, and we can put the time into things and energy, but the problems get in the way, and they kind of are like this rain cloud following us around all day long. Every day we wake up and we know that the problem exists, but how do we deal with it? So it becomes a little bit more challenging when you have someone that you care about that has problems that influences their life, and it becomes a problem, because we know that we want them to confront that problem. But how do we do it without offending them? Or that defense mechanism that kicks in when you tell them how to deal with the problem, and then all of a sudden you become a problem for them. You become the conflict. So now we have problems. We have problems trying to deal with their problems, because maybe their problems overshadow everything, overshadow all the things that you could be discussing. And then you just discuss that problem all the time, and you don't mind listening to that problem. But it becomes a process of when the problem rules everything, and all you do is discuss that problem. And then you might say something that they may not like, and then now you have problems with them when you didn't have the problems. It's because it's like a touchy subject. It's a really unpopular topic, is that we have problems, and sometimes we want to go to someone that will listen to us, and then when they start to tell us that maybe we're the problem, or we have a hand in our problem, or we need to do this, then it starts to become toxic in a way, because then we don't know how they could deal with the problem, because we know if we say certain things, then they're just going to, go off on us. We don't want that. We kind of sense when we know that there's going to be conflict when we discuss the problem. So how you deal with problems, so if you have friends, family, and they just come to you with the same problem, whether it's financial or someone's, bad relationship or something, it's just that we really sit down and talk to them, and really listen to them. And they just how psychologists, counselors, therapists work. Listen to them. And then at the end, we kind of do a recap of what's going on. And then maybe we could empower them with tools on how they could deal with the problem. Because in that way, when they're done with the problem, it's almost like they get to see firsthand, more of a self-observation of stepping outside of their body. It's like looking outside of the world, or looking inside a globe and saying, okay, these are the problems that are going on right now. And I discussed them, and this is what I need to deal with, because this is what it's doing to my life, and this is what I want in life, and this is what's blocking me. So the problems are more I don't know if you're into numerology, but when you see the numbers, 111, 222, 333, 444, 555, those have a lot of relevance in our lives. Sometimes some people don't trust those numbers. They're not they're skeptic, and they're not believers, just maybe they don't believe in religion. And if you have a combination of religion, believing in God and praying every day. So say if I get in the car, drive Uber, I usually pray for myself, for my riders, for the safety of myself, because I'm driving them. I need extra protection on the road, and for the people that drive in the car because I want them to be extra safe. And then there's just the people that are around the car. So if you do those things, I have that safety and protection. And then the next thing would be for me to always look at the numbers. If I start seeing all these like triple digits and stuff, then I know what I'm thinking at that particular moment or what I need. If I see like 333, it's about balance. So balance would be like either I have balance or I don't. And then if I see like 444, it's about family, either now or in the future. And I see 555, it'd be like I have problems, but I'm not gonna focus on the problem. I'm going to find solution-based methods to resolve my problems, because I know that I have problems daily. I have problems that I haven't dealt with, and sometimes I allow them to linger on, and then those problems influence my dream, my progress, and sometimes they could even influence the way you feel about yourself. But my confidence is pretty, I say it's good. Like I have a high confidence, not like overconfident, but confident in a way where I'm not going to let these problems or anyone shatter my confidence, because it's important to have good self-esteem, because sometimes we are not going to always have everything that we want in life. We're not going to always look the way that we want to look. There's going to be some things that we wish were better on us, but we could be happy with who we are and happy with the life that we can live and the life that we have lived already. So it's important that we could kind of like reprogram our mind or rewire our brain to really appreciate who we are and what we have done, and that we have problems, but sometimes we have problems because we want something, desire, need something, and chasing after that can create problems in our relationships, in our finances, and everything we do. But sometimes achieving that goal, that dream, or that goal or goals is worth it. It's worth the sacrifices. It's worth the risk. And I believe that the payoff is very important, because sometimes we don't see it, and other people might judge our situation, and they might think like we need to give up. We need to be realistic with life and stop trying to go after something that we're not going to get, because if it happened already, then you would have already achieved it. And that's not true. My mentor for screenwriting says we must be an active participant in our own rescue. So that comes back to like the 555 with the solution-based methods, techniques, is that we have to solve our own problems. But we can have support around us to kind of be there for us when we're dealing with our problems, and they can listen to us and they could be there to help us. But we can't rely on other people to solve our problems. Then that creates conflict for us, because then we bring our problems to them all the time. And when we bring our problems, then all of a sudden all our interaction and our communication revolves around that problem. So then if the person with the problem is going to have a lot of pressure, and all you need to say is the wrong thing, and then they explode on you, and you're trying to help them. But you understand, if you understand them, then you understand what the problem is doing to their lives, and that you're not going to judge them, because if they say things to you and maybe they even attack you in a way or judge you, that it's okay, because you're confident and you have high self-esteem. But you're not like, you don't have a self-esteem where you think you're the best or that you're the greatest, that you just have enough that where it's not going to knock you down, that you're not going to let it make you feel negative, and you're not going to let it define who you are, your human identity. Because no matter what you do in life, that your identity never changes. You are a human first, and you're a human choosing to do the dream, choosing to be great. Everything, you have a choice. You have the free will to do whatever you want in this life. It's your life. So don't let anyone control you, and don't let anyone create problems for you. I mean, sometimes we have problems like financial problems and certain things that just happen. You know, it's life, and maybe we could have made bad decisions, or maybe we had to make two decisions that were both bad and we just had to make one of them. And sometimes we're in positions. Everyone's in a different place in life. Everyone's different, and we try to understand others because we want to help, and we might have a big heart. But sometimes when we try to help and we get into these situations of like becoming problem solvers, then we create problems with the relationships. With these relationships are trying to solve the problem, and then we say the wrong thing, and then now we're viewed as a problem because we are now judged for what we haven't done or for what we have done, in a way of like, say if we hadn't made progress on something, then people will not listen to us. So if I'm talking to screenwriters about screenwriting, they're gonna say, what scripts have you sold? What movies have you worked on, even if it's uncredited? What television shows have you been writing for? So they might self-sabotage themselves by judging my past, that if I don't have an option script, if I'm not on a show and I can't prove that I have been writing for the industry, that they're gonna think that I'm just like everyone else, and they're not gonna listen to me. Most people are not gonna listen to me. I could be on Instagram giving really good tips because I did go to film school and I know how to write, and it's not the industry that's holding me back. It's I allowed myself. I've self-sabotaged myself, my own life. I created problems in my own life that has held me back to achieve the goals, the dreams that I've set out to accomplish a long time ago. But along the way, my dreams have changed. They have changed in a way that are more better, that I want to make a difference in the world, and I want to do great things, and I believe that I've done that. I've been making a difference, and I do it daily, but not on a large scale, like say like Dwayne Johnson or other people that are on a bigger, they're up in the stratosphere because they have a lot of popularity and everybody knows them and the media talks about them and people look up to them. But I feel like that made a difference in a way of the people that I was able to reach out to. But along the way, sometimes I do a lot of things to create problems in my own life. And that when I have problems myself, and then I'm trying to talk to someone else that has problems, then my problems are going to get judged because they're going to see that I haven't done the things that I should be doing, and that maybe it's hard to listen to me because I don't have a million subscribers on YouTube because I'm just starting off. Or I don't have 1 million followers on Instagram. I have like a couple hundred. I mean, if I keep posting forever, I will never grow because you have to know how to market yourself, like promote yourself and do more things than just post. That you have to get yourself out there. Otherwise, people are not going to know who you are. So we get a little, I got a little sidetracked, but the thing is that how do you deal with problems from other people you care about? You give them the tools to empower them to confront their problem and deal with it. If they really want the problem solved, then they will take drastic measures to solve them. And if we try to solve their problems, then we become the problem. We become the bad guy. We become the person that they're going to get mad at and that they're going to go after, you know. And it's not that we could be okay with that, but it just becomes a cycle that every time that we maybe discuss a problem or said certain things that did happen, that we become the problem. We become the person that is judging or being critical, and we're not trying to do that, but it appears that it's like that. So, I mean, do you have to go out and be who you're not? Like, say if you don't have enough money to be, say to get, you know, a particular person, that should you go out there and try to make the money and try to do everything you need to do so you could be with that person? Don't be who you're not. Like, be who you are.